What's up? It's Juice Beats, back again with another race video. And this one is the Music City Crit Series Day 2. And this is the Cat 3-4 race. This is, my second 3-4 race in the series. And my second 3-4 race ever. So here we go. We're getting ready to get started. Let me give you some stats right away so we can get that out of the way. 25.2 miles per hour. I thought it would be much faster in this race, but there was a lot of control again from Nashville Local Cycling and the guys on the front there. 301 watt average, 320 normalized, and a 1392 max in this race. And what more can I say in this race than I'm a little hurt, I'm a little banged up, and if you saw my last video, you'll know why. So I'm not banged up to the point where I'm not able to go hard or anything like that. It's just, I'm bruised up. I'm sore in different places and stuff like that. After the wreck the previous week in the race, I wasn't able to do the second race that I wanted to do that day because my helmet actually broke that day, and so I didn't have a backup helmet, and I wasn't able to do that. So I thought about getting right back up and going and racing again. Bloodied and bruised and all or whatever, because my adrenaline was still pumping at that point, and I was ready to go, but I just didn't have a helmet, and thinking about it, probably wasn't wise anyway. And then in this race, coming off a week of kind of recovering a little bit, nursing the injuries, realizing that I was a little bit more hurt than I thought I would be after the fact. So I guess the week of preparation for this race, I kind of found out that my ribs were bruised, and I had some pain in different places that I didn't think I had. And really, I jumped back on the bike the very next day to do a bike fit, and I'm hoping to put that video out pretty soon as well, because I was able to do a lot of different things with the bike fit that I didn't think were possible. So anyway, but so after the bike fit, I didn't do any other rides or anything that day. I did a ride the very next day on the trainer, and just a nice smooth zone 2 ride, just to work on the base and the endurance and stuff like that. And then I went out, I think Saturday morning, and jumped on the bike and did a few hills and realized I am a little sore. I'm a little bruised up. So it took me a minute, because once I went up some of the hills, I actually had to get out of the saddle and push it up the hill. So that's when I realized that my ribs were a little bruised, and I was hurting a little bit more than I thought I would be. When I was sitting there at home on the trainer, I wasn't getting up or anything. I was just kind of riding smooth, so I didn't really realize how sore I was at that point. But anyway, so got long-winded on the bruise and the soreness and everything. Here we go. This is a preem lap. I'm not going for it, but I'm trying to stick to the front of the peloton here, and just kind of stay with everybody. I haven't decided on these preem laps yet. I haven't decided if I want to go for any or whatever, because they, could potentially tire me out. I'm technically a sprinter, even though I don't have a team or a teammate or anything with me. So going for preems and stuff like that could potentially tire me out for the race. So I don't want to do that quite yet. Maybe you'll see me in weeks after this going for some. We'll see. Skipping ahead just a tad, and I just wanted to point out that this guy right here in front of me has got some style. It's got some flair there. Not very aero, but definitely got the style out there. All right, so I skipped ahead a few more laps here, and then now we've got a flyer going off the front. A nice attack there. We've got a couple guys out there wide going for some attacks as well. So now the peloton's going to speed up, try to react to all the attacks that are going down. For the last few laps, we've just all been kind of chilling. So it's very surgy at times during this race. So we get to a point where we're only going barely over 20 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden attacks start going, and then we're at 30. So those surges are tough sometimes, especially on the system, where you're going at a nice cruising pace, and then all of a sudden you got to jolt up there to VO2 max or above. So definitely the attacks when they're like that, and you're not already at a faster speed, it takes a lot more of a toll on your body, I think. You could see now, so those attacks are still out there and we're cruising. So I believe, I'm not sure which team. I'm going to guess it's Nashville Local Cycling there on the front that's controlling the speed. So, we're only going 21 miles an hour here. So they are definitely controlling the speed to the point where, we're at that cruising pace, and they're trying to let their guys get away at this point. So we let another lap go, and I think the guys are still dangling out there, out front. And we've got some movement here, getting ready to come up. Here we go, waiting on it. There it is right there. I knew it was coming. Could kind of tell they were looking at each other a little bit, and now they're trying to bridge up to the guys that were already out front. I don't believe we've caught them yet. I'm not sure exactly how far they are at this point. I would tell you that it got a little tough to tell who was out front and who wasn't in this race, because there were a few guys that ended up getting lapped, and towards the end of the race it got a little confusing on who was still in it and who wasn't. But we're still chasing right now. We're still going after those guys. I'm just following along, letting the peloton kind of bring me up. Hopefully we keep going here. We got a big flyer out there on the right. So on this backstretch, there was a tailwind, so it was fairly easy, I would say, to get a lot of speed going. It wasn't like a huge wind or anything like that, but you could definitely feel, like, coming into the start-finish line here, that the wind was kind of slowing you down a bit, blowing in your face. So I'm not exactly sure what the gust speed or anything like that was, but you definitely had that tailwind on that backstretch. We're all still kind of chasing those leaders out there, and see, I don't know who is still in it out here. It looks like there's 5 or 6 guys just kind of dangling out there, and I don't know if those are, some of them are lap riders or if they're bridge riders. It's very confusing at this point, and I'm trying to figure it out. Look how many riders out there. Still in this hot pursuit here, and I'm trying to figure out if there's 6 riders. It looks like there's 6, maybe 7 guys out there, and I can't really tell. Come around this curve, I almost get squeezed right here. This guy came a little bit too wide, and then I ended up going a little bit wider and almost pushing another guy out right there, but luckily stayed up right there and back in it. Here we go. We're very strung out, and I'm not sure what is what at this point. It looks like there are 5 riders up there, and then 2 more dangling off the back, and then another one right there just dangling. Is he he might be a lapped rider. Okay, so this is why it gets confusing, because there's guys going that are just out there chilling, and it's very hard to tell what's what. But I got a good wheel to follow right here. Nice strong rider to get behind. We're gonna try to close this gap a little bit here. Things are getting crazy. See it? It's very tough to know, who's lapped and who's not, because normally they'll pull you in the race, but I think they allow you to possibly get lapped, but as long as you're still kind of racing. So if you're still kind of racing and you can hop back in it, they kind of allow you to keep going. But if you're not really racing, they should pull you. But it looks like there's a big group up there of some riders that were off the front. We're in nice hot pursuit. There's another attack on the outside. Nice flyer. Here I go. I need to get on his wheel. I don't like playing too far back. I want to make sure that I'm still in it at this point. So I'm trying to bridge this gap right here to the breakaway riders here. They had a big group. I didn't realize how big the group was. Still bridging. And I bridge up, and then I realized, was it all for naught? Were we all just going to come back together eventually? You never know. That's one of those risks in the race where you just never know what's going to pay off. And I mean, it looks like, I put all those watts out there to get back with the rest of the peloton that was out front, and everybody else kind of bridged up as well. So now I think we're all back together at this point. There's nobody off the front that I can see. Maybe there are. It looks like there's 3 riders up there, but see, this is what gets confusing. So I think those 3 riders are off the front, are part of this, or they're still in it, but I think they were actually lapped riders. And yeah, like I said, I mean, this gets so confusing at times, and I'm wondering, like, what's going on here? Are we technically all back together, or they have a lead, or whatever? Okay, so we just went through a preem lap. There was a guy out there that had attacked, and I think he ended up getting the preem. And then I'm listening in the peloton, and somebody's yelling out that those 3 guys that are out front working together are lapped riders. And so so we figured out, I think, that those 3 guys that were working together out there out front of us were all lapped riders. But here we go. We got another attack up there off to the side. A lot of people went really wide on this track on the backstretch and made those attacks. And then we've got another bridger right there. Are they going to get away here? Let's see. So now it looks like we got 3 riders off the front here. Not really responding to their attack yet. Pretty moderate speed, I think. Yeah, it looks like we're not really going for it at this point. team does a really good job of not chasing their teammates if they're out front there. If you guys watch any of NorCal cycling, you'll know, Jeff does a really good job of kind of teaching a little bit about criteriums and things. And, one of his rules is don't chase your teammates. We got a little bit of a weird configuration here. Like I'm in the middle, leading the charge of the rest of the peloton kind of, and then we're all just scattered all over the place. And yeah, usually when people go that wide like that, it's usually to gear up to come down the ramp a little bit and get a little bit of momentum so that they can, punch it or attack from that position. So I was kind of watching out for that. Is it an advantage? Maybe a little bit, but I still feel like, we've got a lot of laps still to go. It seemed like so. I felt like there was still time, I guess, and you can see like I didn't panic or anything. I just kind of slotted behind some guys and bridged myself up. So that attack didn't really, I guess, do a whole lot. But it was just weird that the entire peloton was just kind of fanned out all over the place like that. I think we still got a few guys up front. I was trying to listen because during the race, I remember, there's a coach standing on the wall over on the left, and he was calling out times at different points during the race of just, whoever was out front. So I remember there's a point where he says like 24, 25 seconds or something like that. So there is a point where I believe they do get away for a little while. And it could be coming up here soon. I'm just trying to remember exactly when everything was during this race. It's kind of hard when, there's 28 or so laps, I guess. So it's hard to remember which laps are what when you're going around in a kidney bean shape. All right, so we got 8 laps to go. We just got the call there. I came up out front just a little bit for a little while. I'm still kind of dangling on the front of the peloton right here. Kind of eating wind a little bit. Don't want to be doing that, so I'm trying to slot back right here just a little bit. And let's see where we're at. I know that there's a couple guys, maybe 3 off the front right now. Okay, and yeah, there it was. So the coach on the left, I believe, said 23 or 24 seconds. So they've got a pretty substantial lead at this point. So we need to get it going with only 8 laps to go. We need to start getting on the pedals and catch up to the guys that are out front here. So you can see we're ramping up just a little bit. We're at 28. So much better pace than it was early on when we were only doing like 21 or 22 on that back stretch and just kind of chilling. So yeah, definitely need to have that sense of urgency at this point where we can't let those guys get away at this point. So we need somebody to kind of take charge. I know it's not going to be me. I am too banged up to be taking charge out front and too big to be letting everybody draft off of me. So I'm trying to sit back and hopefully we start speeding up. But right now it seems like, I'm not sure who exactly is out there, but the guy in the front could be holding us back at this point on purpose. We've been chilling for the last lap or so, and now we're finally going. We got some guys that are wanting to ramp up here, and we're finally going over 30, 31, 32 miles an hour, 33 miles an hour. So we are moving now. Finally, we were chilling for that last lap, and it could be that the guys that were out front could have been teammates or something like that. So glad that we're actually ramping up, and there were some guys that took charge and wanted to speed this thing up here. So closing down on the last few laps. Let's go. This gap opened up right here. I need to close this thing down much quicker. Let's go. Let's go. Pump it up. There we go. Only a few more laps to go. We kind of settled back. Not going as fast as we were this last lap. We need to, I think we got a little unorganized out there in the front, and nobody else is wanting to attack. You know, those attacks this late in the game, it probably takes a lot out of you. And see, here we go. We got nothing going. Nobody wants to take charge. There's one guy. All right, come on. 4 to go. Probably should have ramped it up there and tried to take charge, but look at me. I'm out front for no reason at all. Letting people draft on me. What am I doing? I'm pushing over 400 watts here. Eating that wind. Need to get on this tailwind side here. Probably let some other people get in front here. They're just getting a little rest off of me. I don't know exactly how far the Flyers are out there. Here we go. All right, we got somebody taking charge. Let me get on his wheel, pump over 1,000 watts. Let's go. Come on. You gotta get closer to his wheel, Jay. That's what sucks about being out front, hitting this headwind right here. Even if you're pumping out all the watts. There we go. All right. Now I got a little bit more of shelter here behind some guys. Coming down to it. We got 3 laps to go. 2,500 meters. See if we got it. So there was the guy that went out front. He lost his gas, so now he's falling back. Can we keep this going? Still don't know how far the 2 Flyers are out front, and honestly, I really didn't realize how far they were. I think at this point in the race, I didn't realize that there were still 2 guys out there because of the chaos and just knowing that, you know, we lapped riders and, you know, all this stuff that was going on. It was very confusing. So and we weren't getting the same call outs by that coach that was standing on the wall, so we don't know exactly how far everybody was at this point either. A little bit disorganized out here at the front. We're going into 2 laps to go. I'm falling back. I'm probably a little tired from being out front a little bit and pumping out all those watts for however long it was. But I need to get back on a wheel here. I am falling back too far for comfort. Need to pump this thing up. Coming down to the last couple laps, or last lap after this. So there we go, back in it. Got to get this shelter. this point, I don't think we're catching the 2 off the front. Yeah, the last call out that I heard was like 24, 25 seconds. So I don't think we collectively got together enough to be able to catch them. So this pack right here, I believe we're all going for 3rd place. Here we are, we're coming into last lap right here. And I'm sitting too far back at this point. This is not that great a position. I've fallen out of position here. I think I got a little bit tired. Being out in the front for a little bit took a little bit of a toll on me, and I'm having to make that up here. Trying to get better positioning. Things have ramped up. We've been, on and off throughout the race, so a lot of the attacks and the surges and things have really taken a toll on me. I don't know about anybody else, but definitely feeling it here. And yeah, I'm sitting too far back here. Not a good position at all. I've fallen back way too far. Heart rate's, it's not terrible, but it's climbing a little bit. But here we go into the last thing. Somebody goes off to the right, and I'm squeezed, and I can't go anywhere. And it happened again. I don't think I would have done much here. I mean, I was sitting too far back to do anything as far as placing goes. So not the best strategy in the last couple laps here, but there was just nothing I could do right there coming around that curve. And yeah, I get squeezed right into the back of somebody's wheel who was slowing down because of another slowdown or somebody going off in the grass. Ruined another helmet. Fell on my hip. So my hip is definitely messed up and swollen at the moment. Nursing it. And yeah, we'll see. Probably have to go to the doctor to get it checked out because swelling hasn't gone down in a few days. And I am cussing and just can't believe it at this point. The same thing happened on the very last stretch of the race the prior week, going down, not the same way, but, going down, hitting the same side of my body. I'm already banged up, I'm already bruised, I'm already hurting. And then to have that happen again on the same side of my body is just, not good at all. Taking out 2 of my speed suits that are pretty expensive. So I got holes in my speed suits as well. And yeah, it just sucks that that's what happened at the end of this race here. And I'm gonna rewind it a little bit and take a look at that last little stretch. So at this point, I'm pretty much out of contention for any placing or anything like that, but I'm just kind of riding it out. I'm going 30 miles an hour. I think I take a pretty decent line here, but I'm getting squeezed to the right side, and I ended up getting squeezed right into some guys here at the end that were already kind of in a bottleneck or something like that. And you'll see, there's nothing I can really do there. Looking at it again, you see guy takes a bad line, goes out to the right, falls in the grass. Other guy had to slow down right in front, and he's not at the speed we're at this point, and I am squeezed in right here. See, the guy on my left is right on my shoulder basically, and there's nowhere for me to go. There's no out. I'm going too fast to be able to get out of that and hit that wheel and go down. And there we go. Another hit to my left side, another hit on my hip, and broken helmet, ripped speed suit, brand new speed suit that I just got with the crash replacement. And yep, so that was my 3-4 race. I did get back up. I actually brought my extra helmet with me, just in case, and apparently I did need it. So there is a second race, and I'm going to be putting that out pretty shortly. Just finishing touches on that one as well. But yeah, not again. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Hopefully I don't get a reputation for just being the crash man or something like that. And this is just unfortunate that it happened 2 weeks in a row like this at the same track. But I'm hoping that I can get back quickly after I heal up. I may take another week or so before I go back out and race, just to make sure my body heals up and I'm not swollen or bruised and beat up again. So got to come with a better attitude and better mindset. I don't want to have PTSD while I'm racing, because that's tough. Yeah, it's kind of hard to race when you're thinking about things like that. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon if you want to be notified when I post videos, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.